Hello, everybody. My name is Mahaya Abdul Kalbi. I'm the founder and representative of the Accountability Party for Human Rights, a political vanguard organization comprised of individuals who have chosen a path of self-awareness and self-understanding to become something more for themselves, for their family and loved ones, and then at large for the community. In this video, on a series of accountability shorts, I would like to discuss the current climate and rising anger and tension that is being directed towards our current president and the administration that is dictating how we live. And this isn't a who's accountable episode, so I won't be diving into the politics. I just want to more so talk about the anger and the rising anger that people have and the feeling of impatientness that is setting in within society as we move forward into a post-COVID world. Now in a post-COVID world, I would say that although it is still around, it, it, it is becoming and will become just another bug, like the common cold, like the chicken pox, like the measles, something all that you can or cannot get vaccinated for. And it is something that, we will learn to live with. And as we enter into this new society, we are understanding and all how we are now seeing how these individuals who are in power are using what was already known to be just another bug in time. They're maximizing off something that is simple, something that isn't really complex, and making it into a bigger deal. And then because the people are aware of this, the people, we, like every other animal, have this sense at times. You can call it intuition. You can call it, your gut feeling. You can call it a higher power, whatever you may decide to call this. Human beings, we carry a sixth sense to sense bullshit. We're able to see when things aren't adding up. And whether we choose to accept it or not, I believe that all humans have this within them. And again, whether a person chooses to accept it or not, you have it. And then there are those who live their life accepting this and then choosing to live with this acceptance, speaking out about it, or just in terms of their actions. And then you have those who accept it and then they choose to ignore it, though. They accept what it is, but then instead of adapting to it, they ignore it and they move forward. But we live in a time where even those who wish to ignore it can't ignore no more. Those who, in the past, when the stress, when the anxiety, the fear of the reality that we live in, when it starts to kick in that we are not truly free the way we have been brainwashed to believe that we are. Before, it was easy to fall to distractions. It was easy to, again, ignore the reality. But I think this simple bug, because when you try to make, when you turn something simple complex, it causes a moment in the brain where people have a disgruntled reaction. They're like, what the, what is, no, where even if they aren't intelligent or wise or know much, they can still feel like it's not what it's supposed to be. And this administration is really trying to play that card with the people. And that may work if you're working with a handful of people. And a handful, I mean maybe a small tribe, a village. But you can't do that with 330 plus billion people. That's just not, it doesn't even make sense to even think that you can try to manipulate that many people at once and for it to be okay. And for you to commit any act that forces people to operate a on an equilibrium. Yeah, but what's the equal sign with the cross? That's what it really is. It's not equal. You're trying to make it seem like we're all in this together when in actuality we're not. And right now, I think that's as 2021 comes to an end, we're now entering the last 2 months of this year. We are now seeing a lot more individuals from all walks of life starting to unify under the same anger. And although, as somebody that believes anger is important and I feel like it should be channeled into your actions in a positive manner, it's not something, when it's a negative anger, it should not be something that the people rally for. It shouldn't be the common ground. And right now, that's where we are. And the last time this was uh, the case, I mean, before I go into that, I mean, I think a big part is it's the people feel duped, and you can get into the specifics of Democrat, Republican, left, right, this and that, but it really is more people are accepting the fact that we are being lied to. You have one side, and it sucks that there's only two sides to our uh, to the governing power. Unfortunately, there's two sides, and we have one side that is blatantly, I don't care. They don't attempt to hide. They're just out there, and they're proud of it. They're proud that they don't care, and which I can respect. I can respect somebody that just openly, I don't care and I'm proud of it. I mean, because I know that you don't care, so I'm not going to expect anything. And then you have this other side, and this other side seems to swindle the mass a little bit more. I think because outside of political agenda, those that those that are very blunt throughout history can either be accepted or rejected. And a lot more times, no matter what society, you find that those who are blunt go through a lot more scrutiny, you could say. And of course, it's all about how you go about it, and But let's just say, uh, most times these blunt individuals are what someone called douchebags, and in society, it's easier being said. And again, you can see it throughout history. You can literally see it in the Bible, Quran, that those who follow along with the status quo are more accepted and have more say, even though these people behind closed doors are doing manipulative things. And that's where we are today with the current Democratic Party. We have individuals who are who are fox in sheep clothing, who are saying that they understand, but in actuality, they are listening, ignoring, and then going about whatever makes them feel okay. They understand each other, they don't understand us. And nobody is saying that. We can go on all day long about what Donald Trump has done to this country, the disruption that he caused, but the only disruption that he caused was an awakening. And guess what? An awakening isn't always pretty or sweet. It's not some beautiful, enlightened experience where you're now glowing and you have a halo and you're floating, as most people seem to perceive an awakening to be, clearly based off of this sensitivity that is drenching our reaction, not even our response. We have this organization, a democratic organization, who constantly just keep lying, saying that they're going to give something, and those who are easily falling into it fall for it. Those who are resistant have to fall for it because it's like at any point we just need something, and at this point, everybody just wants something, even if we agree or not. At this, you find that more Americans are now unifying. They're like, yo, we need basic things as a human right. It's not even like, oh, it goes against. No, we need certain things that are being denied. And you have it where you have one side saying, you're probably not going to get, actually, no, you're not going to get it. We might. And it's like, okay, cool. So I'm not going to fuck with you. And that side is saying, yes, you will have to work for that. And some people may, but again, the majority, because most people are lazy inherently, because lazy is easy, lazy is chaos, chaos is natural. Um, you have those who are for that, and then you have and then you have those who are against that. And with this democratic establishment, they keep promising that they're going to provide our human rights. But here we are months later, and where are the human rights at? If anything, you were stripping us resources that can give us potential and opportunity to live our human rights. You keep promising and taking away. And the last time this happened was in 2008, all the way to 2016 with Barack Obama. People were so caught up in the illusion of a black man finally achieving a president status that they couldn't see this same black man was duping them. People assume because you are from the oppressed community that those in the oppressed community can't commit acts of evil, that they can't commit crimes against humanity. But that's what we had for 8 years with Obama. It's somebody that smiled in our face, and now he walks around still trying to pass off this I'm untouchable because I was the first. Fuck you. And this time we have somebody where it's not flying no more. And that's where you see the anger come in. That's where you see people starting to feel this disruption. So now, the gig is up, but this is where I would have to suggest that we take this anger and instead of reacting, again, we take time to sit with it. We take time to think about it, feel with it. And then once we do that, we channel it, we utilize it, not use it. We utilize this anger into kinetic energy and propel ourselves forward. Men, rise up, stand up for a noble cause, defend yourself, defend your loved ones, defend your community. Woman, tap into the fluidness of chaos, not the spontaneous lashing side effects of chaos. Tap into the part that makes it flow out of a straight line. Tap into the curves, tap into that energy. Help guide society. Men, rise up so you can build that flow. Channel this anger and use it to counter what these individuals in power are doing. Because it's okay to have those who say, I don't care. We don't need you. But if the only other option is a bunch of liars, now we have a problem. Now we need the people who don't care to step. Or now, no, better yet, we need more people in the discussion, into the conversation, into the room. And inshallah, we can see another day. We can see another month. We can see another year. We can see another decade. Century. Inshallah.